season and a third and a runner-up finish respectively. Defending champion Park Ji-young is a two-time champion of the HANKOOKILBO Championship. But like I said, the start we had to the second half of the season on the KLPGA Tour last week in the island of Jeju. Ko Ji-won joining her sister Ko Ji-yu in the winner's circle on the KLPGA Tour, fending off some excellent competition as well. And speaking of high-quality player, former US Women's Open champion Kim Lim. Slow eagle putt coming up the hill here at the sixth. Of course, multiple-time winner on the KLPGA Tour as well. A couple of domestic majors. Hwang Yo-min, meanwhile, a hole ahead at the seventh. A nice solid lob wedge from just over 80 meters, and a little misjudgment there from Yo-min. There's a bit of a weather-interrupted start to the day for the ladies. Including weather pushing tee times back about an hour. Dong-en just hangs that one wide. Korean Women's Open champion. He's having a terrific sophomore season on tour. This 21-year-old. Pop up to the ninth hole. And Jung Ji-hyo is having a bit of a rough day, the rookie. 3 over par. Chance to get one back. Okay. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So 74 today for Jung. She'll have work to do to make the halfway cut tomorrow afternoon. Minsol 7. Twice a winner on the KLPGA Tour. One as an amateur, so strangely doesn't count. That breakthrough professional victory at the Dukshin EPC Championship at the start of the year. Putts like that, you can see why. Lovely birdie there for Minsol. Just getting her round underway and certainly heading in the right direction. Quickly moves to 2 under par. There looks to be a decent amount of right to left in this one for the big hitting Bang Shin-sil. He annoyed her birdie look at this par 5 wasn't from closer range. She's had a bit of a poor start, couple over par, Shin-sil. Some Eugene. Of the day for her. So afternoon coverage tomorrow, and that's a nice way to finish. Also around in the 60s. 3 under par, she's 4 back, but just sitting outside the top 10. Just starting her day. Touch and go to see if Gina and company will be able to get day 1 completed. Gina off at just past 2 o'clock local time. It'll be a race to the finish. Back to Lim. But woefully short. We saw from Shin-sil's it doesn't really want to move around the hole. A little less break, a little bit more pace. You can do that coming uphill. Yeah, nicely read and well holed. Salvages the situation nicely. Gets herself up to 2 under par. Stops the rod after a horrible run of 3 drop shots in 4 holes. Young will swing pretty hard off that mound to her right. Nicely judged for speed from the youngster. A couple of tour titles under her belt already. This looks like Jung Yun-ji. Indeed it is. Lovely tee shot to the 8th. Around 12 feet for her birdie. Get it to 4 under. Well done. Nicely rolled there from Jung. Yun Kyung. Putting's always been the strength of her game. Of course, I jinxed it. That was an atrocious effort. Goodness me, a rush of blood to the head, and she's got their thinking to do for her par. One of those players that's kind of sneaky long. Doesn't really look like she goes after it hard, but she can give it a good pop out there. She's possessed wonderful tempo. Just into that thickish rough, and that's going to be a little awkward off the downslope. GU. Proud sister. Seeing her sibling pick up that maiden title last week in the island of Jeju. Already a proven winner on the KLPGA Tour. That's a nice birdie there for big sis. Now back to Lee Dong-eun. We talked about length off the tee with Hee-Lin Kim. There's no secret. Dong-eun is long. Consistently been inside the top 3 in driving distance, and we're competing with the likes of Bang Shin-sil, who she's playing with, so that's saying something. Spun out of that a little. Is it hitting a fraction right? Hit it right down the middle. Oh dear, we've got some bother here on what looks to be the 9th hole. See how close that penalty area cuts in towards the greens. If anything just tugs slightly. Pretty steep bank as well. And that ball is going to end up the wrong side of the red line. Poor first putt for Park Hyun-kyung. It's this now to stay in red figures. Hey, mops that one up nicely. Hesitant to say good 2-putt, but it was a good putt for par. We'll call it that. Autumn Queen Kim Soo-ji, that time of the year where she starts to play well. This is a birdie opportunity on the 5th for a lightning fast start. Got it. Yeah, left hand fist bump working early. Ominous signs for the rest of the field. Look at that start from Soo-ji. Penalty drop taken. Son for a par, and it was such a brilliant round of golf she was putting together. 7 under to this point, working off 3 straight birdies. Just going to have quite a bit of work to do. Dropped just 1, so it looks like Kim Minsol is going to be enjoying the outright lead in a couple of moments' time. At a former teammate on Team Korea, Hwang Yo-min, got as high as 4th in the women's amateur golf rankings before turning professional. That's going to have a little movement on the left-hand side for Yu Chae-eun. Hole of the day, having a brilliant round of golf. Not going to end with another birdie. It's going to be a bogey-free round of 67 for Chae-eun.
마지막 소속 이로운 선수입니다.
Bogey putt for Han Jin-seon, just trying to limit the damage. And it's going to be a 67. Not a bad score by any stretch of the imagination, but that finish is going to leave an awfully sour taste in the mouth of Han. I mentioned this could be just a little tricky for Kim Lim. Off the downslope, all sitting down a little, so it's going to come out flatter with not much spin. Try to play for some release. Just a little unlucky. That pitched very softly. All in all, pretty solid shot. Can't be too displeased with that effort. Big drive for Lee Dong-eun, but looks to be in between clubs here. Saw how softly the ball of Kim Lim pitched on the green, and that was coming out of some pretty thick rough. So if she's not careful and she tries to hammer the shorter club here, she's got to watch that spin control. You could zip back very quickly. The shots you try and play with dead arms, take a little bit of speed and spin off. Superb shot from Lee Dong-eun. He is growing with confidence each and every week on the KLPGA Tour. So a late double bogey from Han Jin-seon hands the solo lead to Kim Minsol, sitting pretty in the clubhouse after that blemish-free opening round of 65. I got the pace pretty wrong with a lengthy eagle putt on the last hole. This one's going to be uphill as well for May Lim. Never looked like it was going to threaten, did it? But par, not a bad score after that tee shot. Yeoman right up pin high. They're on 8. It's a birdie look. Brilliant second shot. Just got to clean it up for birdie. Wonderful 3 for Lee Dong-eun. Always a dangerous combination when you get a power player with great touch around the greens and a good wedge game. Despite that early double bogey, battled her way to the fringes of the top 10. Now Hyun Kyung, but slightly downhill. Slightly misread. Park. Pretty makeable chip, you have to say. Just short on the 9th. 3-time tour winner, Bae So-hyun. Gave it every chance. Lovely touch. It's going to be a stellar opening round for Bae. Close last week at the Samdasu Masters. In good form to start the second half of the season. Seen the two playing partners just slip their efforts past. Can Ji-yu solve the mystery of this 8th green? Yes, she can. Well, back-to-back birdies there for Ko Ji-yu. So they're rolling a very nice putt on the 8th, Jung Yun-ji. It's for around a 67. She's second in the clubhouse. Ooh, just peels off wide. Still offered a 68 at the start of the day. Would have taken it rather quickly.
다음은 아마노코리아 소속 최은우 선수입니다.
see there, there's a Sarah Gem, very beautiful massage chair up for a hole-in-one here this week on the 8th. Great hole-in-one prizes this week. Got a BMW on offer. Over $100,000 worth of kitchen appliances as well. Distance control bang on once more from Lee Dong-eun. Utilizing that right corner of the tee box indicates to me that he's trying to hit some kind of little bleeding fade here.
안녕하세요. 저는 KLPGA 메디힐 소속의 한진선 선수입니다. 지금 메디힐 드림미드 버디가 시행된 지가 벌써 10년이 됐는데요. 그간 저도 이제 함께 도움이 될 수 있다는 거에 너무너무 영광스럽고 기쁘게 생각하고 있습니다.
저의 플레이가 꿈과 희망이 많은 청소년들에게 큰 힘이 될 수 있도록 더 많은 버디를 하도록 열심히 플레이하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
하고 싶은 일이 많은 건 청소년들의 특권이라고 생각합니다. 꿈날개 클럽 청소년들을 항상 응원합니다. 화이팅!
So first crack at a birdie on 8 is going to go to the former US Women's Open champion, Lim. So putt stays pretty straight around the cup. Watch Goji Yu up in the group ahead. Pace was good. The stress-free tap in for her 3. Nice ball. Lee Ga-young. Always popular character. A lovely day, which could have been a little bit better, but that'll be a 68 for Ga-young. Start to her championship. Again, we were in a bit of a weather delay this morning, pushing tee times back just over an hour, so I'd say most of the field are going to be able to complete the opening round on Thursday. The last couple of groups in the afternoon wave might struggle. Dong-eun. That's another birdie. He's only got this and the 9th to play. It's going to be a long lie-in before out for their second rounds. Good look at what the players see coming into this ninth hole. Suffice to say, left is no good. Yeomin just from the first cut of rough on the right-hand side. Line looks decent. Flirting with trouble, but she's okay. Slight downhill line does promote a flatter ball flat with a bit of cut spin. It's beautifully controlled from Park Hyun-kyung. Kim Shi-hyun. Second into the par 4 7th. And the low point in that fairway. Elevated green. And pencil her down for a 3. Lovely shot from Kim.
다음은 푸른바이오 소속 정수리 선수입니다.
To go for driver off this ninth. He's downhill pretty much all the way to the green. So it looks like Alien's just going with the 3-wood. Fairways are pretty soft. Not going to get too much run on the tee shots this opening round.
독일에서 대학교 다니다가 지금 군대 때문에 중국에 조금
Don't seem too bothered, but going to have to contend with another hanging line, that rough again.
바람 심해.
91 for Yeomin. Putt comes through that little dip in the green. Comes back uphill towards the hole. Very nicely worked out. To see if Shinsil lets it fly here. No, going with that 3-wood as well.
그게 오프닝 가능한데 저 온라인이어가지고.
I like it. Splits the fairway. Be nice to end her day with a birdie at the ninth. Second, control the distance for Hyun Kyung. Ooh, just shaved the edge. But that kind of day though for Park. Frustrating. Really is a lovely setting. Montfort Country Club in Pocheon. I tell you, there's quite a bit of moisture in there. You can see those low-hanging clouds just framing the mountains in the distance. The ball's not going to fly quite as far as it usually does. And it's warmer and the air's a bit hotter. If you're giving it a limb, just got to be on your toes here. That damp rough ball looks like it's sort of down just a touch. Any sort of grass around the hosel, you might need to flip that club face left, and you can see for yourself on your screens. Nothing good lives down the left-hand side of this par 4. I expect this to be out towards that right half of the green. I expect it to be straight at the hole. Brilliant shot, brave shot from Kim Hye Lim. Not an ounce of fear in that young lady's eyes. $1 billion won total prize purse this week. Second event of the second half of the season. That's more like it from Bang Shin Sil. Pop in a birdie there. Try and squeak something out in the mid-60s tomorrow and get herself back in this championship. It is a 4-rounder like it was last week on Jeju. Couple remain at the end of the second round. 60 in ties. You don't win. Long way down there, but now that left rough. Those 3 shots. The reason why they're one of your featured groups. All over it from Lee Dong-eun. Did she end her day with a birdie? This is Lee Dong-eun at the 9th, her final hole of the opening round. A couple of putts from here, and it just wants to dive right at the cup. Never started that high enough. This looks like I thought that was going to be straight. Lost it right early. Never going to come back from there. Kim Min-sun 7. Right around 6.5 feet for a birdie at the par 5. Nicely deposited. A assured start this afternoon continues. Gets to 3 under through half a dozen holes. Come on, Elim. Cups haven't really scared the cup over the last 45 minutes or so. That one again. Much like Dong-eun's, just lost it right. Tee shot on the 8th for Kim Shi-hyun, just working off a birdie at 7. Okay, back-to-back birdies for Kim. Shin-sil, a little disappointing day, but trying to take some positives out of it. She can roll this one in. She's two playing partners lose this on the low side. I'd be shocked if she pulls this left. Straight in the middle. Good birdie there to end the day for Bang. Her only birdie on her scorecard. Good night's rest and go again tomorrow. An old adage, you can't win the tournament on a Thursday, but you can certainly lose it. And these players know it's a marathon, not a sprint, so just get off to a decent start. 69 on Thursday will be absolutely fine for Lee Dong-eun. So you've got to keep your focus on this. Birdie putt just racing outside of the circle of friendship. Okay, nicely popped in. Good day's work in which to build her challenge this week in Pocheon. Kim had a lovely round going before those 3 drop shots on her back 9. Just one of those that'll feel the round got away from her touch towards the end. Thursday 70 for the veteran. Morning starters, the early starters, finishing up their rounds. We'll turn our attention to the afternoon wave, starting with last year's Korean Women's Open champion, Ro Seong-hui, who's 1 under par for the moment, and we'll have that for birdie at the par 5. One of the big stars of the MEDIHEAL stable. Number 1 player on the Korean Tour, EA1. Very steady start, even par through her first 5. The money list, the points list, the We Made points list through the first half of the season. There's been so much to these players when they contest a championship sponsored by their main sponsors. Brightest stars on the KLPGA Tour. Now the reigning KLPGA Championship winner, Hong Jung-min, has year 1 for company for the first 2 days. Got that first stroke play victory. First major title at that, back in April. A couple under through the first 5. That's going to get a nice friendly kick. Hopefully stay in the fairway. Do just that for Hong. And the defending champion, 2-time champion here at the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship, Park Ji-young. Pushed year 1 all the way last season for that money list title. He's really been in a rich vein of form over the last 24 months. Like year 1, level par. Actually, he takes to the tee on the 6th. Kim Min-sun 7th, 3 under so far, and operating out of the fairway here at 7. Seen a couple of approach shots flagged to this accessible hole location. And there's another one. Just throwing darts out there. Montfort Country Club defenseless after the rain we had this morning. Somewhere behind the limbs of that tree. Daehyun. In the company of Kim Shi-hyun. Making off back-to-back birdies. The softness of these greens, coming out of the fairway, you can pretty much play target golf to most of the hole locations. That one certainly started on an aggressive line. Lovely. Yeah, Park Min-ji. A slight downslope here at 7. Got a pretty flat ball flight, so needs to work to try and get that ball up in the air. Fabulous stuff. And the most prolific winner on the KLPGA Tour. Back to 6, and Ro Seung-hui with this left to righter for birdie. Ooh, just refused to tiptoe in. Year 1. Down in the fairway, just going to be a layup here. Loads of room down the right to try and give yourself a decent angle to this pin. Park Min-ji finds a birdie at 7. So too is Kim Min-sun. Really flying to start the championship. 4 under par. It's just going to be a layup, but it's a pretty awkward one. All nestled up against the step cut of rough. I don't know, it's her feet as well. Just creeps into the rough. Han Jung-min got that nice kick off the downslope, so she can reach him too. Caddy signaling left. Oh, gets a good break. Glances amongst the trees and thankfully spits back out in play. Go up to the 8th and Kim Soo-ji. Looks like Kim Min-sun 7 off to the races early. Couple under for her date. Nice controlled tee shot there at the par 3. It's day 1 action rolling on here at the Montvert Country Club. It's the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship, the 4th installment of what is quickly becoming one of the most popular events on the KLPGA Tour. Three in a row now. Kim Shi-hyun. Oh, didn't hit it. They had the line. Just ran out of steam. It's a decent front nine. Certainly didn't lack for birdies. 4 birdies against 2 drop shots. Turns her in 34. Back to 8. And Kim Soo-ji to get into a share of second place at 5 under. Minsol leads in the clubhouse with that 65 over Han Jin-seon and Lee Chae-eun too here on day one at Montfort. Birdie look upcoming for Ji Young on 6. It's been a very pedestrian season thus far for Park Ji Young. Again, hard to continue that brilliant run of form that she experienced over the last 24 months, but certainly given herself plenty of chances. Only one miscut this season. Now Minji on the par 3 8th. Year one. Never swapped away from that particular putter. That Odyssey number 7 model with that red balance shaft. Why would you? It's made her a pretty penny over the last couple of seasons. Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago, Player of the Year her sophomore season. World is her proverbial oyster. Still in her early 20s. Ethan Ju at 7. You see another one dancing around the pin. Yeah, not quite as good as some we've seen, but an excellent shot from you. Yeah, Hong Jung-min, little adventurous on this hole, giving herself the shortest birdie putt of the 3. And she'll convert. No pictures on the scorecard. Just going to be a 4. That moves Hong Jung-min to 3 under. Lengthy birdie effort upcoming for Kim Min-sun. 7 on the 8. Nicely judged for speed. Didn't have any trouble rushing that one in for a par. Suji coming into 9. So downslope should counteract her natural stock draw. Minji for a birdie at the par 3. No, not this time. Good effort though. Jung-min. Driver here on 7. Pitch this about 200 off the tee. Do land on a downslope, get a little extra distance. Just a fraction right there, but she's got an uphill lie, and the lie looks to be pretty good. Hyunju up ahead on the green for her birdie. Daeon, just at the start of her back 9, 2 under par to the turn. 3-time major champion. It's fine, she's very much like the microwave man. Either on or she's not. So far, so good. We go back to the 9th tee in year 1. Like so many before her, just going with that 3-wood. Precision over power here at this downhill par 4. Okay. Safely in the fairway. Definitely will be able to attack from there. And there's one of the easier holes on the front side of the golf course, that 7th. goes Hui, also opting to use that right-hand side of the tee box at 8. Will look so good in the air, covering the flagstick with that tee shot.
한 6m 넘게 있어. 거기 또 오르막이야. 진짜. 많이 오르진 않아. 다치지 말고.
I have to say, there's not much breeze out there, so as far as scoring conditions go, it's pretty much ideal this Thursday. Ju. Club less than we've seen a couple of others. She's got 9-iron, got to really step on this one. Pretty good. Both Park Ji-young and Ye-won just leaning back a little with 3 woods off the tee. Slightly longer second shot in, but coming out of the fairway and on a much flatter lie. Fancy Ji-young's chances of getting this one inside of 8 feet. So it's been a strength of the game. Her iron play, distance control. Be a nice number as well, 114 with a pitching wedge. On to that beautiful approach. Ooh, just hangs on and topples in to take Lee Daeon up to 3 under par. Like Ye-won's already hit it, not quite sure where it's ended up, but I can tell you that tee shot of Hong Jung-min is finding the right rough. But as I mentioned a little earlier, it's on the upslope, so she'll get good elevation on this one. So if you make solid contact, should come to a stop pretty quickly. Bit of a flyer there. There is the ball. Look, Ye-won on the right-hand side of your screen. All 3 players in this group will have birdie opportunities, although outside chances here on the 7th. Suji to turn 31. This front line recorded today. Hasn't hit it. She hasn't hit it. Oh my word. Bang on line too. We match the outward half of current championship leader Kim Minsol. Red hot start. It just cooled off towards the end of that first 9. Now Kim Si-hyun straight over the top of the flagstick at the 10th. Little slider for birdie. And like Lee Daeon, she'll get to 3 under par. G, fairly safely found at 9. dances that one round the pin. Spectacular shot there from Park. Pretty average shot, you have to say, from year one. With it wouldn't have been anything more than a pitching wedge from where that tee shot was. Still, it's a chance to get herself into red figures. Beautifully holed. So, opens the account for the day at 7. Does EA1. Excuse me. My Park Minji, 1 under par. Two playing alongside each other as they have done for most of their careers. Matching each other shot for shot into this par 4. Beautiful stuff there from Lee Jong. Park Ji Young. Bit of an easier putt than year one's coming up the hill. Par is the best she can muster. Kim Min-sun 7. 2 excellent shots into this pin by her playing partners. Can she make it a hat trick? Right over the top of it, but the ball just seems like Velcro. No spin coming back down that hill. Still, we have a decent look. Speaking of decent looks, from Jung Min, the shortest birdie putt at 7. The senior one's putt just trying to tail off a little right at the hole. Doesn't move that much. So just going to be a par then for the KLPGA Championship winner. Gone to the winner's circle. First time in her career, the Doosan match play, nigh on 3 years ago before picking up that second victory in April. Runner-up to Song Ga-eun in the rookie class of 2021. Yu Hyun-ju. I didn't look enamored, just forgot to hit it. Putts from this angle, and you know, it just tries to tail off right. 31, Kim Min-sun 7. It's going to hang on. It will. Yeah, Kim Min-sun 7 out in 31, gets into a share of second. Second victory of the season to go along with that Dukshin EPC championship from back in May. A beautiful tee shot from Ro Seung-hui. Not much left in this one. Don't need to start this outside the cup. Okay. Easy as you like it. It's a deuce at the 8th for last year's Korean Women's Open champion. Been well documented Hee Jung's struggles over the last year and a half or so, there have been bright spots this year. 2 top 10 finishes. 2-time major champion on the Korean Tour, Hee Jung. The Financial Group Star Championship in her rookie season back in 2019. Added a Korea Women's Open crown 3 years ago to that. Jungmin. It's sort of a toss-up between an 8 and 9 iron for most of these players, but Jungmin going with 7. Really has to chip this one. So if you pulled the right club. Solid stuff there from Hong. Day-1 rolling along here, and it's a trio at 5 under par. Kim Min-sun 7 on the move. Can she catch Kim Minsol by day's end? We'll just have to wait and see. Very misjudged tee shot from Yeowon on the 8th, all the way through the back left of the green. Ample real estate to work with, so the old school little bump and run being employed. more than $1 billion in each of her last 2 seasons on the KLPGA Tour Year 1. Now Dion up ahead on the back 9. Second shot to the 11th. Pinned at 8. Cut just 6 paces from the right edge. I would have gotten some idea of how this is going to react. Watch Year 1's chip from a pretty similar angle. From this range, not really a putt you're expecting to make, just a good stroke on it. Give yourself a chance. Lost that wide early, unfortunately. Left half of the fairway slightly obscures Yu Hyun-ju's look at the pin. Got that willow tree just short of the green. Very nicely played. Jung-min, after that superb tee shot, is going to pick off another birdie. Get up to within 3 shots of Kim Minsol. Suji slightly below her feet, coming into the 10th. Nice angle to this back right pin though. Tossing it a little too deep. That could be a bit of a finicky one for Kim. Now Dion underneath the hole again on 11. Pretty similar putt to the one that she had back at 10. Moving from right to left. Be aggressive with her speed. This one coming up the hill. Oh, and slides it in. Dion, birdie start to the back 9. She gets up to 4 under par. At 9. Is it going to turn? There's your answer. This is an aggressive play for Hong Jung-min. A lot of players employing 3-woods off this elevated tee, but clearly using with confidence, going to go with the big stick. What on the left shouldn't come into play for her. Just creeps into the first cut of rough. That's okay. Hyun-ju. Particularly little one down the slope. We're at 9. Rammed that one straight into the flagstick, and in she goes. It's to 2 under par. With the exception of Minsol's excellent round of 65, it's a very bunched leaderboard. Lots of 4 unders, a fair share of 5s, and a host of players at 3 under par. Yeah, one also going with the drive. I wonder if maybe that wind's just picking up a little bit in the players' faces, so having to go with a slightly more aggressive option off the tee to get it to the fairway. That'll do nicely for year one. Suji, clunky chip shot from the back of the green. Now this for par at 11. Okay. Those putts are vital. Just trying to preserve momentum. Made hard work of it, but she'll walk off unscathed. Second shot on the way from 118 for Kim Min Sun 7. Ooh, and that one, not sure that was poor contact or the wrong number, but that was at least a club short. Hee Jung from a couple of yards closer. Much better job there. Beautifully done from Hee Jung. Minji. It's starting to look good there for Minji. She's got that distance control back under control. She's flagged a number of shots with those irons. Back to the 9th with our featured group this afternoon. Defending champion, KLPGA championship winner, and current #1 player on the KLPGA tour. Looks like it's going to be Hong Jung-min first to go. Just that little extra skip the ball took to get out of the thicker rough into the first cut. It makes such a difference, allowing her to control the distance and spin of this a little bit more. With the softer surfaces underfoot, you have to worry about this one bouncing away or running off too much. Look, maybe a yard or two past the front edge. Contact sounded pretty good. Got that to stop nice and quick. Good shot from Jung-min. Year one. She got that little stuck behind her. Quality of a great golfer, just good distance control. so much more important than starting something online. Just reinforces that you've got great contact. You're always going to be right around pin height. Just waiting for a little bit of a spark from Park Ji-young. Get wedge in from 95 meters. It's tidy. Not as close as she would have liked, but another decent look. Up to the start of the back nine with Yoo Hyun-ju, fresh off her birdie at the ninth. Will have the honour. Just looked like there was a little too much loft on that club for Kim Min-sun 7. So under pressure to save par. We're back to Ro Seung-hui. Yoo Hyun-ju with driver at 10. Seem all too pleased with it, but it should just stay in the fairway. Now Hee-jung's got this set up. That line on her ball, it looks like it's just sort of right half. Saw from Dion's putt from the opposite side that this one looks like it wants to move right, so. Ooh, broke hard left. Fooled us both there, Hee-jung. KLPGA Tour going to roll along to Fortune Hills next week for the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup. To a very busy stretch of the season, a very lucrative stretch as well. Hana Financial Group Championship coming up. We've got the Hanwha Classic, KP Financial Group Star Championship, and the Hype Jinro as well. 3 of them major championships here on the KLPGA Tour. It's a good time of the year to start finding a little form. As Park Ji-young knows all too well. Downhiller, just wiggle right in the last couple of feet. Ooh, fraction too firm. That's going to be a pretty indifferent front nine to start her title defense. Now making hard work of this hole. Kim Min-sun 7. This now for par to keep that card nice and tidy. It would look like it was trying to peel away, but just grabbed enough of the cup to topple in for a 4. He's looked a different player this season. Hong Jung-min has always been very solid throughout her KLPGA Tour career. Just that victory at Lakewood earlier this year seems to have given her a new level of confidence, and it's on full display here in the opening round of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. No, can't get that one to drop, but turns in 32. Confidence is such a funny thing. There's certainly belief that she can contest week in, week out with some of the best in South Korea these days. Hong Jung-min, now Park Min-ji, who has been one of the best for the better part of the last 4 or 5 years. Still seeking a first victory of this year, though. As the iron game continues to be as impressive as it looked over the last 90 minutes. Who's to say it's not going to be this week? Nice birdie there for Park. Takes it to 3 under. Lee just out of the right rough at the par 5 12th. Year one. Straight-ish putt, but will be coming downhill. Didn't look too pleased with the tee shot, didn't look too pleased with the swing on that second, but Roh Seung-hwee's given herself a good look at the par 5 10th, par 4 10th. And Kim Soo-ji, after a hard-working 4 back on 11, on 10, is for a birdie. Joined the party at 5 under, and again, line looked good, just forgot to hit it. Slight upslope now, Yoo Hyun-ju at 10, coming into an elevated green. Does make things a little bit awkward at times. Just throw it all the way into the back right corner. Yes, she can. Looks like it's going to be a pretty quick one for Lee Dae-yeon at 12. Seung-hui. We saw Dion's putt look like it wanted to rip off left and then just stay straight over the last 3 feet from a pretty similar angle. Yeah, there. Almost a carbon copy of Dion's birdie from earlier. Lovely way to start the back nine for Roh Seung-hui. Kim Si-hyun looking a long ways outside the right edge for her birdie effort here at the par 5. How does that one not drop? Really good effort. It goes unrewarded for Si-hyun. Feature group have made the turn. Even par. We're on at 1 under par. Jung Min at 4. See the task ahead on this 10th. Sneaks around to the right hand side. This one just up the left half of the fairway for Hong Jung Min. Doesn't quite have the power of some of her peers. Certainly what she lacks in distance makes up for inaccuracy. That is a great position to attack once more. Up ahead on the green, Yoo Hyun Ju. Chance to get to 3 under like her playing partner Roh Seung-hui. A clink of confirmation. You hear that ball bouncing into metal cup. That is very popular in this part of the world, in North Asia. A lot of golf courses in Korea and Japan. Metal bottomed cups. Kim Min-sun 7. Once again, fairway found for her. Hee-jung. Gotta take dead aim at this whole location. And the approach into the 10th. Second shot to 11 plays uphill. Beautifully done. Clumsy first putt at 12 leaves her this now for a par. Okay, safely in. Seung-hui to the 11th tee.
보고 그린 우측 쭉 떨어지면 될 것 같아.
As we just eke towards 4:30 local time here in Pocheon, South Korea. I think these ladies should be able to get their opening rounds completed before darkness. Andrew and Rosiangri both 3 under par, both safely down the 11th fairway. Hit on the green, left to right of Kim Min-sun 7 to cut into the lead of Kim Minsol. Just off the right edge of the green at 11, but too difficult of a look from here. Slightly downhill, peeling to the left. Took a wobble. Ooh, there was a big glob of mud on her ball, and no preferred lies in play for this opening round. A bit of a poor break there for Park. Suji crack into at the 12, 5 under. Shot does play downhill. Too far back, but generally have a short iron or a little wedge in to this pin position. Back to 11 and Hee-jung. Little slider to try and get to 3 under par. Just be a inside left edge putt for Kim Min-sun 7. There's some movement, but would need to start this one outside the cup. Keep that head steady, putter head accelerating. Yep. Just like that. Coming in a little flatter than she would have liked into 10. Just pitching that upslope killed the momentum, but leaves it on the correct side. We'll have an uphill birdie look. Jung-min also has an 8 iron, couple yards closer than Yewon. Leaves it in a good spot there, pin high right. So yeah, more than our fair share of putts being made from that position on the green. So Minsol's lead is 2, but it's a quartet at 5 under par. Kim Min-sun 7 and the amateur Sung Ah-jin at 5 under, with still plenty of golf to play here on Thursday. this a couple of times. Goes left early, then it straightens up around the hole. Hong Jo-min to make it a 5-way tie for second place at 5 under. That's too far left, surely. Yeah. So chance goes a begging for Jung-min at 10. Up ahead, Roh Seung-hui. Second shot into the 11th fairway, safely found for Roh. Takes closer to 140 meters with the elevation factored into the equation. Got through that one nicely. I won't be able to see from the fairway. That's just a little bit further on than I think she would have suspected. Now back to 10 and Yeon's birdie opportunity. Okay. Starting to pour some putts in. Yeon. Nice way to start the back nine. Now Hyunju. Much further up. Min Seung-hui. Less club in hand. That was very nicely managed. Good distance control there from Hyunju. Yeah, Suji. Third shot to the par 5 12. Optically, it looks like there's a backstop past the pin, but that's not really the case, just on the angle. Not bad. Let's see the tee shot the player's face here at the 11th. Just with that left-hand tee box, the angle of the fairway just shallows up a little bit. The scorecard looks like a straight hole, but almost plays like a very slight dogleg. First priority, just gotta find the fairway. I do enjoy the tempo of Year One's golf swing. It never seems to be rushed. Particularly at the change of direction, the transition at the top of the swing. Just have a look at that. Nice wide shoulder turn. And everything just slots into place. All she has to do is rotate through. Up at 12, Suji. Right to left to get to 5 under. So Kim Si-hyun, her putt stay pretty straight at the cup. Suji snaps hard left. Great effort. Roh Seung-hui at 11. Shot It looks so good in the air to her. Just rolled on a couple of extra feet. Dion, a bit on the 13th. Decent birdie look here for her. Good try. I have to say that second shot deserves a 3, but she's still got to clean this one up, Hyunju. Yep, she will. So, Yu gets to 4 under. 3 birdies on the bounce. As far as course setup goes, it has to be said, it's one of the fairer days that I've seen on the KLPGA Tour this season. Normally, there's 1 or 2 hole locations. You just sort of scratch your head and you start to wonder, wonder how far we're pushing it. But what I've seen so far, they've almost been on the other end of that spectrum. It seems like they've set the course up very gettable. I thought, having said that, if you hit a tee shot where Park Ji-young has here on the 11th, you're not exactly licking your chops. Severe uphill lie, so hard to get leverage and use the ground to generate clubhead speed. Long way back as well. Oh, she's done really well from there. Was not an easy shot at all. She has mustered up an excellent effort. Slightly easier for year 1. Coming from the fairway, ball slightly above her feet. Should promote a little draw, but she's gotten stuck a couple of times today, and you could see it there. Club never got back out in front of her. And that is going to be a real test of her short game skills. Off a downslope. Might have a little issues with the backswing as well, with the grass tongue of that bunker coming into play. Got to play this as a 3-shot par 5, the 12th. Seung Hui going with that 3, we're trying to keep it short of the penalty area. And she's done that, finds the fairway. Jungmin. First cut of rough, but the lie's pretty clean. Minju just going with an iron off the tee at 12. Coming off a slight downslope up ahead is Kim Min Sun 7. Going to land this a couple paces short. Expect some release once this hits the green. Just like that. Wonderfully controlled from Kim. To the 14th we go with Lee Dayon. I've got 3 wood out. And she is coming from the fairway. So place 500 meters on the button, but slightly downhill. The pin's in the front section of the green today. 10 on from the front, 7 from the right. With a solid 3 wood, she can get there, but so the head cover's coming back on, so maybe having second thoughts. Yeah, just gonna elect to play this all the conventional way, it seems. Lay up, and she is such a fantastic wedge player. As long as she's coming out of the fairway with a good number, she'll fancy her chances of giving herself a decent look at birdie. That is not a particularly good layup for Lee Dayon. Pulls it into the left rough. A little messy there. Now, Minji, it's got a little quiet over the last 2 holes, but she's back to flagging her iron shots. Lovely shot into the par 5 12. We'll have a chance to sneak into the top 10 and get to 4 under. Year 1. Back lip of the bunker going to be an issue? Doesn't look like it, but no chance for a chunk and run. Can play this with a wide open club face, lower the hands. This on the green with a little check. She tried to bump it through the fringe. It was a brave shot to play. She's done pretty well to give herself a look at a 4. First look of the day at Choi Hee-young. Second into the 13th. She's at level par for the moment. Jungmin got this one back into stance. I think she's just trying to drop this on the downslope just towards the end of the fringe and just have it trundle along. Yeah. Good hands there. Lovely touch from Hong. Yeah, Suji. Second into the 13th. And it's all over it. Beautiful shot there from Kim. This would be some birdie. If Park Ji-young can manage it on 11. Putting from the correct side of the hole. So coming uphill, can be aggressive with her pace. Wasn't aggressive enough. After such a fine second shot, that was a bit of a lackluster effort. That severe downhill line Lo Seung-hui is contending with here. Trying to match his shoulders. The angle of the slope. Don't want to be fighting that slope. Easy to bottom out the club too early. There's two good hits into the par 5. An eagle opportunity awaits Seung-hui. Year one for a hard-working 4 at 11. Got to keep your speed up from here, especially later in the day as the greens slow down. Yes, well done. Great 4 for EA1. Just walks off like it was nothing. I promise you it was more than that. Now after that very poor layup, Dion now from the left rough at 14. On 7, also operating out of the left rough, but this is a nasty looking line. He really had to gouge out that one. Unable to get any sort of spin on that ball. So much grass caught between club face and ball. That that's okay, although we know that's a pretty innocuously quick putt. Left herself. Now Suji, after that brilliant approach, chance to move herself up to 5 under par. No, just never looked like she was aimed in the right place to start with. Experimenting with the putters a little bit this season. Kim Suji. He has a mallet model, usually that Odyssey number 7, but she's gone to a blade this week. Yeah, well, just with the hybrid, you saw that penalty area the players try to avoid. That overhead shot. Just a 3-shotter for pretty much the entire field here. Same play for Hong Jung-min. I don't mind this play one bit for Yu Hyun-ju. Chipping it. Good contact, get a little check on that first or second bounce, especially coming downhill.
나이스.
Gave it a lovely try. If she can find a way to post around under par, that'd be the target right now for Park Ji-young. 7 holes to play in her opening round. Young trying to get herself under par. Again, scoring pace has been brilliant this opening round. Not under par, you're going to be looking over your shoulder at that cut line all throughout the day tomorrow, so that's a vital birdie. Moves her into red figures. Seung-hui. 2 good hits. That was a third shot we saw earlier, a little graphic snafu, but can confirm that will be a birdie for Roh. So up to 4 under par she goes, and after a sluggish start with a bogey on opening hole, she has been nigh on perfect since. Yeah, checking on Kim Shi-hyun, haven't seen too much of her lately. This is a eagle putt coming up at the 40 that would vault her into a share of second. Yeah, Kim Min-sun 7. After that birdie back on 12. Now within 1 of Kim Minsol and outright second all by herself. This is second to 13. Park Min-ji, who is just quietly going about her business. She popped in her birdie back at the par 5, so she's up at 4 under. So starting on a much better line than Min-sun's 7s. Beautiful shot for Park. Back to 14 and Daeyeon for her birdie. Gets it. Now, made that a little harder than it needed to be, but it'll be a 4 on the card for Daeyeon. That heavily taped right arm of hers. She has had her battles with injury throughout the course of her career. Back to the tee on 13 with Roh Seung-hui. Yu Hyun-ju open up her shoulders a little bit. Rather wide target, that 13th fairway. Give us a little bit of welly. Just pulls it into the first cut of rough, but the line looks pretty clean. Somewhere behind those trees is the fairway at 12. Second shot for year one, coming downhill. The line is just to the right of that lamppost. Right about there. Definitely want to be starting this one right at that light fixture. Hong Jung-min balls above her feet. I expect a little bit more hook spin on this one. Pulled it slightly, but should stay in the fairway. Now to the cooling zone at the par 3 15th. Dayon got 9 iron on this 121 meter hole. A particularly balmy Korean summer we just experienced, so nice of the tournament organizers to put out some cooling areas for the fans. Over the top of the flagstick for Dayon. To tie the lead, Kim Min-sun 7 at 13. That's a putt she's definitely going to want back. Anticipate should be a 9 iron as well for Shi-hyun at this par 3. Young just from the step cut on the 12th. Start giving yourself shorter, better looks at birdie. It's another perfectly acceptable shot, but she's had a lot of putts from that 20-25 foot range today. Off the upslope. Yeah, great distance control displayed once again from Jung-min. Year one. Should expect this one fairly tight, as long as it's a nice round number for her. More than a smooth pitching wedge. Again, just use that club face open, fans it out to the right. Couple of poor shots from the middle of the fairway for year one this afternoon. Minji to get to 5 under here on the 13th, but that moves a fraction off the right. Yeah, just enough on it. Good birdie for Park Min-ji. He was on some run of scoring 6 birdies in her last 8 holes. And a bit like Park Ji-young, just haven't seen enough short birdie opportunities for year one this afternoon. Good line on that one for year one, but another where that scorecard's not going to take any damage, but she'll probably feel a little disappointed that she gets give herself a better look, especially having only wedge in hand for her third. Now back to 15, and Lee Daeon for her birdie at the par 3. Not really the recipe for making putts when you start them right and you start breaking right. But keeps her in the conversation at 5 under. Back to Yu Hyun-ju at 13 out of the first cut. Got the little ice bag, trying to stay cool in the heat. There's Hyun-ju and Seung-hui. With a hybrid club. Cut one into this right pin position. Jung-min for a birdie. That will move her to 5 under as well. They are really starting to bunch up. Gets it to go. Hong Jung-min to within 2 of Kim Minsol. Kim Shi-hyun, pin high left on the 15th hole. Looks to be a fairly straight putt and a flat one as well. Good try. First look of the day at Mada Som. Finally gets herself to red figures. Good birdie there for Ma. Defending the Hana Financial Group Championship in a couple of weeks' time. She won that in an emphatic fashion just over a year ago. Now Seung-hui after that delightful hybrid into 13. Gets herself up to 5 under par as well. It is a proper party at that number. Someone going to be able to break out as we get towards the end of play today and catch Kim Minsol. Yu Hyun-ju. Can't get that to go. Decent try from Hyun-ju. Jung. First cut of rough on the 14th for her third shot. Pin, like I mentioned earlier, just in that front portion of the green. 10 from the front, 7 from the right. coming in from a long way back here, so every yard you can eke out of this tee shot would be helpful. Minji. He's going to hit plenty of good shots today. This is one of those feel shots from 64 meters. She is feeling it. Beautiful touch. He hit a purple patch at Scoring Park, Minji. That'll be for a 7th birdie in 9 holes. And year one, back on 13. Unable to get that one kicked back onto the fairway. Also looked like it nestled down a little in that rough. We'll have to see when she gets there. Seung-hui, par 5, 14th. If you can just get it past the crest of that slope that we saw Roh Seung-hui on, the players have the option to challenge this green in 2. It is protected by water short. You got to find the fairway first. Okay, she'll have a decision to make from that spot, Yu Hyun-ju. To 16 and Daeon found the fairway off the tee, and this is a green light hole location for her. 118 plays downhill just a touch. He's got wedge. That's a friendly little kick off the downslope. So the ball looked to bury into the rough a little. You can see from this angle. The one place you don't want to miss this 13th green is out to the right. Where those people are standing, about 20 feet left of the hole, should be the line for year one. Good sensible play. It's going to scuttle through the back, but you'd rather be there than fanned out to the right. For the outright lead, Kim Min-sun 7 on the 14th, found the green in 2. This for eagle, just outside of 35 feet. Safe to say, Kim Min-sol's going to have company in about 10 seconds time. Kim Min-sun 7, they're the 7th birdie of the day. Going to move into a tie at the top with Kim Min-sol. Jung-min, big tee shot on the 13th. Just an 8 iron left.
말을 못하겠다.
Hee-jung at the 14th. Get herself up to 3 under par. Two playing partners have made birdies in bunches. Just proving a little hard to come by for Hee-jung. It's on 7 under par. Park Min-ji with a putt to get to 6 under par. And poor old Im Hee-jung, he's not playing badly by any stretch at 2 under. Seems like he's getting blitzed right now. To move within 1 of your co-leaders. Slots it in, and she is certainly in that flow state right now. Park Min-ji, 3 birdies on the bounce, in 1 of the lead. It's already a terrific looking leaderboard, and we haven't even finished a full day of play. Now, Choi Hee-young with an 8 iron at the 15th. Perfect position to find your tee shot. Beg your pardon, this is Ji-young's 3rd at the 13. Would have run into some trouble off the tee. Was wondering why she only had 81 meters in. Great shot. Really good there from Park, who is battling hard. Not had her best stuff today. Again, her target right now, just post something in red figures and then try and build on that tomorrow. Oh Seung-hui can have a crack in 2 here at 14. Sneaks that just short of the front edge. Good position there. That's a makeable chip she's left herself. Kim Soo-ji, it's just got a little quiet for her since that red-hot start. Treading water over the last 2.5 hours. That should put a spring back in her step. Good tee shot. Seung-ju could definitely reach from here. A little right, left. Okay, no harm done there. Up on that mound to the left of the green. Yeowon's 3rd now, on the 13th. Moves right the first third of the putt, and it starts to work downhill and then pretty straight round the cup. Good speed there. Staying patient, as she always does. Now, Daeyeon. Chance for another birdie here on 16. Jungmin. It's a beautiful approach into 13. Just want to miss that coin to the right. Oh, push that one.
말이 안 되지.
너랑 통화했던 게 산호가 옆에 정신이네.
Young. Touch a left and right in this.
솔직히 안 되겠다. 남자 와요.
멘트 장난한 나.
Got a good roll on that, but it just hung straight on her at the end. For a very good 4 at 13, Park Ji-young. Inside left edge putt. Well done. Center cut. Just drilled that one. Suji. Finally pick up another birdie. She can. Got off to that brilliant start with 4 birdies in her first 5 and then had to wait 10 holes for a 5th. She gets up to 5 under as well. Now third shot for Yoo Hyun-ju at 15. Ample green to work with. Everything just funnels down towards that front right hole location. Jungmin on 14. She's going to give this one a little extra pop. Just into the first cut. Will she be tempted? We'll have to see. Now, Roh Seung-hui just short of the green on 14. Very makeable chip. First kick's going to be to the right. She can give this one a run. Just decelerate into the back of that. Did not look like positive acceleration at all. Fairly found for year 1. Definitely within the go zone there, should she fancy. Down on the green, Roh Seung-hui, who would have thought pretty much guaranteed birdie after that second shot. Got to work for it here. Okay, just like Park Min-ji. Birdies 10, 12, 13, and now 14. To join the 19-time Tour champion at 6 under within 1 of your co-leaders. Speaking of Min-ji, here she is on the 15th.
괜찮아, 받치는 느낌이 앞에 공간은 많으니까.
Here is your co-leader, Kim Min-sun, 7. 4 holes left to play in this opening round to try and grab the solo lead. Got 8-9 as well. soft cut required. Nice soft cut delivered. Should just be a formality for Lee Hyun-ju on the 14th to get to 5 under par. Nice up and down. Takes advantage of that solid tee shot. It's up to that increasingly popular 5 under par mark. Yeah, Hee-jung, love to see her pick off a birdie or two coming home. Give herself a great opportunity there at 15. And there were no shortage of brilliant shots all throughout the course of the day. Tee times were pushed back about an hour. You could see the early rainfall that the morning starters had to deal with, but there were plenty of birdies to be had indeed. Softer greens yielded more flagged approach shots like this one at the 18th. See that ball grabbing nice and quick, so she would turn in 3 under par 33. Nothing like starting your back nine with a hole out for a 2. So we made amends for the slow start. Starting on the back nine of the golf course. Kim Lin, decorated South Korean, former US Women's Open champion. She had the putter going early. 4th birdie of her day, taking her out in 4 under par. at the 15th hole, despite the fact that our cameraman forgot to clean that lens. There was no stopping Kim Minsol. That was a 7th and final birdie in her round of 65. Cheon 2 turned in 3 under par, parred the first and the second, and then a laser-like approach there, setting up a kick-in birdie at the 3rd. At the 4th, just getting her day started, Kim Min-sun 7 just birdied the par 5 3rd. She would then find a 2 at the par 3 4th. At the 7th, having just birdied the par 5 6th, sensing a trend here. She'd follow that one up with an excellent wedge shot. Got her to 4 under par through her first 7 holes. Playing in her company is the 19-time KLPGA Tour winner, Park Min-ji, who started slowly with a bogey at the 2nd, which birdied the 6th. And then that would lead to a birdie as well on 7. And then at 9, Park Min-ji doing Park Min-ji things, finding the fairway off the tee in a case of deja vu. Flags another approach. That birdie sent her to the turn in 34 strokes. As our coverage on day 1 just draws to a close. That's what your leaderboard looks like. Kim Minsol with that 65 in the clubhouse, leading at 7 under. Kim Min-sun 7. Still a couple of holes to play. Great rounds working from Park Min-ji and Ro Seung-hui. The pair of them 6 under apiece through 14 holes. Birdies are the order of the day. You need to be making them, or you're going to be heading for an early exit this week at the 4th MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship at Montfort Country Club. Do join us for live Day 2 action, same time, same place tomorrow. Follow along with scoring, live scoring, on the KLPGA Tour website. And until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow here in Pocheon. Bye-bye for now.